For every level, there is another devil. Challenges is part of being a human being, and especially if you're watching this and you're an ambitious individual, you're a high achiever that want more out of your life, you gotta welcome challenges. So in this video, I will walk you through the 4-step framework that I'm thinking through when I personally are faced with a challenge that feels hard in the moment. How do I think my way through it? How do I orchestrate my mind? And what are the action steps that I actually put in place so that I can walk through the challenge, which oftentimes is really just the gateway to the next level. It's been a while since I picked up a camera and actually talking right into it here. That's actually one of the key things that I really figure out that actually helps me through challenges, which is creation. So I will talk more about that in a second. But when we're looking at challenges at any shape or form, it can be a big life challenge, it can be a relationship challenge, it can be a financial challenge, it can be a health challenge. Whatever wrapper we put around the word challenge, I think first and foremost, step one that I'm trying to think about is everything in life is a mindset. And I know it sounds very wooey, up in the sky. How do we actually do something about it? So the way I distill everything is a mindset is, this is not about life and death, start, stop, end of the world, start of the world. Oftentimes when we walk through a challenge, I personally, see the tendency to our mind goes into, this is the end of the world, this is never going to change, this is always going to be like that, and then therefore we also getting into darker thinking patterns, thinking that this is just too difficult to overcome. So when I'm thinking about a challenge, I'm thinking through, this is just a storm. This is just a speed bump. There were a beginning and there is an end. Like any beautiful story, there is challenges that comes along the way, but this is just part of the speed bump to the bigger picture. Just taking yourself in that, thinking that the challenge you're going through right now is just a speed bump. It's just a blip in the ocean on the other challenges you already been through. And also part of the more bigger challenges is going to be for you out in the future, because you're an ambitious individual. You want to achieve greatness. You want to achieve success. Boom. Welcome challenges, my friend. And they're going to be bigger and bigger and bigger out in the future. One of the things I sometimes think with is just, what would X person think right now? What would X person do right now? So any person maybe in your field, or a mentor or a coach, or someone you aspire because of what they've gone through, what they've built and what they do. Oftentimes I take myself through the mindset of, what would this person think? What would this person do in this moment right now? And hate him or love him, you look at a guy like Donald Trump, he's got 3,000 public lawsuits on him throughout his career. 3 with a 0 behind, public lawsuits on him throughout his career. Nelson Mandela, they were in prison for 27 years or something for free speech and freedom. Mother Teresa, that traveled all the way around the world and have been doing these things for humankind. And Steve Jobs, they've gone through being fired in his company to building one of the biggest first $1 trillion companies in the world. Like thinking about, what would this person think right now about my current challenge? And I think sometimes that can actually help. That's why books, mentors, working with people that have built stuff, you can help you shift that mindset of there is a beginning, there is an end, and there will be speed bumps in between there. Step 2 that I personally think with when I'm going through any challenge is perspective, which goes hand in hand with what I just shared before with what would this other person do, but more so perspective on yourself. What have you already gone through? What have you already accomplished? And give yourself a little bit of grace through the current challenge you're in right now, because it goes hand in hand with the first mindset before. It's just putting healthy pressure on yourself to accomplish things, to push through challenges, but also give yourself the grace to look at you come a far way. The situation you had just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago. Remember when I moved to Australia, or even before when I lived in Denmark and I wanted to move overseas, and I thought to myself, can I just move overseas? I don't care what I have to do. If I have to wash dishes, I would be so happy, just because that would be my dream, to live in a different country. Fast forward a decade, right? I now have lived in multiple countries, and I have not just wash dishes. I built a 7-figure coaching business, being able to travel all the way around the world, help people in basically every single continent on the world, have built a team of 12 people right now, high performance from coaches, salespeople, appointment setters, content people, speaking on stages. We just got back from Dallas right now, speaking in front of 600 plus mortgage brokers and real estate agents. Like that for me seems like a dream just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Like I wouldn't even think with that. So sometimes it's about giving yourself grace and giving yourself the perspective on like what you already have accomplished right now. It's like pat yourself on the back in regards to like you've gone through shit already. You built shit already. You have already achieved the things that once were a dream for you. Now, I'm not saying this is about being complacent and settling and oh, you're doing so good, but like challenge you're facing right now, give yourself some grace on that because there will be more of it, and your headspace and your mindset is the most important thing going through whatever next challenge you're going to go through and also facing the current challenge you're in right now. The third step that I'm thinking about is more actionable. So again, as we talked about mindset, it's just a blip in the ocean. There's going to be more challenges coming in the future. 2 is perspective. Where have you been? What have you accomplished? Give yourself some grace for that. So now you're thinking more clearly about that. Now the 2 step I personally do, okay, to overcome challenges is usually when we are faced with a challenge is because it's almost like mechanical. I don't know 1 + 1. What's this? Is it 2 or 3 or 4? It's very mechanical. We are caught up in the mechanics, if you would say so. Step 3, and what I personally do in any challenge, is that I actually try to get myself into creation. This is where I feel the best. This is where I do the best work, is when I'm creative, when I'm moving around, when I'm stimulated with different things that I'm doing in these sort of things. And oftentimes when we get caught up in a challenge, it's actually because of a lack of creativity. It's a lack of creation. It's a lack of flow, right? Banging the same nail right now and being like, oh, why am I not getting through that? So oftentimes we can't see what the solution actually is to that. What I try to do there then is get into creation. What is creation? Creation can be many different things, but you should by now know what stimulates you to do work-wise, you know what I mean? So is it building? Is it shooting videos like this here right now? I haven't picked up a camera shooting directly into camera, speaking into that landscape YouTube format camera for 8 months, plus months. We have a lot of content online, but I haven't personally spoken into that camera there for 8+ months right now. That for me was a commitment to myself today to get back into creation. It can be building funnels, websites, design, it can be writing copy, it can be shooting ads, shooting other content. And also it can be wellness activities as yoga, breathwork, meditation, ice bath, sauna, beach walk, journaling, reading. All these sort of things is putting yourself into a creation mindset, into a creative thinking mode. We need that when we're trying to work through challenges. We need creation. We need altitude, as I say it. We need different ways of looking at the problem instead of just like, it's not working, the door is not working, okay, let me push harder into it, which sometimes is the case, but we need that altitude, we need that, I would almost say, level of confidence and clarity to be, I'm gonna go full speed into this right now, out, catch some breath, creativity, mindset, boom, and then push hard into it again. So that's what I personally tried to do, really just getting into creation activities. And that's why doing my morning routine, walking in the morning, getting some sunlight, walking barefoot, doing ice bath, doing sauna, reading books, getting stimulated, writing my thoughts down. Like, this is my best problem solving tool ever. 1 pen, 1 pad. That's how I coach myself on everything. Even the framework that I'm thinking with, that I know of, that I've done for many years, okay, I had to rewrite out today. It's a mindset, perspective, creation, and then I will share with you number 4. Even though I know the things that I need to do, if I'm sliding with my nutrition, the best thing I do is simply just write it out. Hey, 10:30, eat this, this, and this. Don't eat this. 12:30, do this instead of that. And it helps me put things into small boxes where I can actually think with it again and actually help me create a usable solution. Number 4 is I try, as hard as it is, to then do social activities that's going to stimulate me through these challenges. Meaning, you're stressed, you're frustrated, you're working through a challenge, there's a lot of work, you're feeling stuck with something right now. What is your mindset? It's dark, it's let me push through, it's I don't want to talk to anyone. It's like I would label it into frustration. That is my primary emotion when I'm challenged with things. It's frustration. It's almost like an angry dog, you know what I mean, with froth out of the mouth. It's almost like I want to push through this challenge. I'm frustrated, I'm angry. Sometimes in a good way, I use that frustration and anger to fuel me to push into something. And again, back to it, sometimes Sometimes we need grace. Sometimes we need creativity. We need lightness to use that yin and yang aspect. So for me personally, hard as it is sometimes, I simply just need to go out and then do something completely different in a social interaction. I need to go and speak to two of my best friends about something that has nothing to do with business, or it can have something to do with business or something in life that then stimulate a different thought about something. But the best thing I know, the best cure to everything is get a group of people together around one of our favorite restaurants, sit down for 2 hours, have a glass of wine, smoke a cigar, just laugh, you know what I mean, and talk about life, talk about women, talk about relationship, talk about business, talk about money, talk about Bali where we live and these sort of things, you know, like even me explaining this right now actually put a smile on my face. Yeah, to illustrate a story, you know, I went to the gym here 2 days ago, and it was just a rushed workout. I had to go in between meetings and stuff. Again, there's just working through challenges right now. I get over there and I'm just like in my headset, and I'm just kind of about through the challenges and what I'm working on. This guy comes up to me, he's a buddy of mine from the gym, an acquaintance from the gym, if you could call it so. He just breaks my pattern completely because we can't even remember what we talked about, but something about and females and that sort of thing, and he was with his personal trainer and stuff there. And we just went into a laugh, you know what I mean? Completely like different topic of what was going on in my mind. But I was laughing the hell out of it. And what did I think afterwards? I couldn't think about anything challenge. I just thought about light. I thought about, you know, this is pretty good. This is a good life. You know what I mean? 2 minutes after, I was just like caught up in thinking and challenges and like, boom, instantly it was changed because I had a social interaction involved with something that made me smile, made me laugh and that sort of thing. So I think these 4 things that I'm just sharing with you here right now, it's so simple, right? But it's just so hard sometimes to actually do. And that's why I highly recommend for people like take inventory of your life, audit yourself daily, not when you're 20 kilo heavier or when you lost $200,000 and your business is about to break. No, do this daily so you can auto-correct yourself all the time. So I just want to appreciate you for rocking up, you for watching this, you for allowing me to be creative in this moment here right now and actually help myself walk through different challenges. Point number 1, it's a mindset. It's not do or die. It's not like will the storm never end? No, it's a speed bump. It's just a mindset. You don't have to think about it like it's such a big thing right now, even though the challenge might be a big thing for you right now. It's not. It's just a blip in the ocean. It's just a speed bump for what else there will be out there and what else you already have achieved. Number 2 is perspective. Think about what you already have accomplished. Have grace for yourself, okay? Be good on yourself, because that grace, that light energy is going to help you actually push more of that hard energy into solving that challenge that you want to do. Number 3 is the creativity. Getting back into creation, getting back into activities such as wellness for yourself, health, sauna, ice bath, meditation, write down, journal, or doing something creative in work. So if you're faced with a challenge right now you need to push through, sometimes it's not just about continuing pushing through that. Maybe step aside, do something different, get your creative juices back in again, get your excitement back into what's around the work that you need to solve. And then number 4, like social, get a group together, okay? Have good moments, take 2 hours out, really just spend some time, stop up on the street. You're in a restaurant right now, instead of just rushing from meeting to meeting, take time, 10 minutes and just stop up and speak to the waiter, speak to the person next to you, have a conversation that gets you out of that headspace. These are the 4 things that I personally feel is, from a thinking perspective, helps me in any challenging situations I'm in. Work through these things and really just make sure that I'm not just getting out on the other side, but I'm actually learning something. Because again, remember, as I talked to you about in the beginning, for every level there's another devil. There will always be another challenge, and the challenge oftentimes is the gateway for you to get to where you want to get to. If you like this video here right now, remember to subscribe, and I will have my team put down a link down below in the subscription here right now. My personalized routine that I'm following every single morning, from journaling to sauna to meditation to moving my body, like my 5-step power routine that I personally do every single day. You can click down below, you can go in and download, and you can use, because that's the thing that can help you auto-correct yourself, is things that can help you really start your day out, is the things that can really help you moving through these challenges. All right, I will see you in the next video.